Good day, everybody. It's meteorologist Mark Millar here. We're heading into the Easter holiday weekend, and you're probably wondering if you're into the Northeast, the Great Lakes area, or the East. Is it time for things to get cold? Because you know, Easter time is a time for Mother Nature, whether it falls in March or April, for things to get cold. Well, you guessed it. We're going to take a look at the potential for basically a cold air blast heading into the Northeast, and the potential for an East Coast storm that could contain some areas getting wet snow. So we're going to break it all down for you with the models and continue severe weather coverage across the South and the plains where you're not going to get any break whatsoever. This is a very active pattern we're in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and slam that bell button. Smash the like button, question or comment down below. I'd love to read your questions or comments. And guess what? There are timestamps down below. If you wish to skip ahead, let's get into it. All right, and we're taking a look at the Northeast here, starting off because this is the central theme of our forecast, April snow. Heading on into Monday night into Tuesday morning of April 19th. Is this the scenario we have setting up here? A low pressure system forming on the Appalachians and then moving up the East Coast here and bringing, of course, rain into the green zone. But you have the mixture here into the pinks and then the solid snow here, especially above 1,200 feet. Will we be seeing 3 inches or more in some of these heavy snow bands that set up northwest of this low pressure system? So let's take a look at and dive in what the models are showing for this system. All right, so we'll take a look at the Euro here. This is the most robust of all the models with the snowfall. And I'll show you why on the track here momentarily. But here the snow starts to pile up out west. This is the first low pressure I am really interested in because this is going to feed into the potential East Coast system back east here that gets going along the coast. So you have snowfall, widespread snow here in Oregon, and I'll show you the track. And then of course we get more snow up here, adding insult to injury after the blizzard. But look at that, boom, Monday night, Tuesday morning. Look at that. Yeah, that looks bad, doesn't it? Well, let's dive down into it here into the Northeast. So yeah, we put this into motion, and interestingly enough, a lot of this here in western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, this is occurring during the day on Monday into the evening. So the high diurnal sun as well as the warmer ground temperatures. You're not going to get 8 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches in this area. You're probably going to see above 1,400 feet, probably 2, 3, maybe 4 inches in some of these areas. And then, of course, a lot of this here falls at night, and I'll show you here on the model momentarily. So I am concerned about totals exceeding 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. And you can get some pretty good snowfall accumulations even deep into April here if it occurs at night and you get real heavy wet snow falling. So let's get into it here. All right, let's take a look at the high resolution Euro. We're starting off. There's so much to talk about here. Let's get into it. This is craziness. We're just going to dive into it because that first low that caused all the blizzard and severe weather across the east and the blizzard across the northern plains, that's wrapping up here in eastern Canada. This is helping create the whole scenario that we're going to see unfold here. So we got the severe weather here forming across the southeast and the central and southern plains. This is just no rest for the weary here as we go into Easter weekend. Take a look at these thunderstorm complexes. We'll analyze these on the mesos. Well, we might not be able to reach that far. We'll try with the NAM 3 kilometer, but take a look out west here. This is a rare occurrence. Snow to the valley floors of southern Oregon, northern California, as a low pressure, a rare low pressure gets cranking here off of San Francisco. That is crazy. That is craziness right there. Look at that. You could have some chances of some big-time snows, moderate to heavy snow in some of these areas, and severe weather continuing across the southeast. Now, there's going to be this first push of cold air here in the northeast. This first low is not what I'm interested in here. Look at how, wow, that low from the west coast, it spreads all that snow northward into the Pacific Northwest. That is crazy. So you got this low here across the east. You got severe weather. Kind of tapers off across the south. So you wake up Easter morning. Look, this is what you're waking up to. You're waking up to severe weather in the same areas that have gotten it over and over again like a broken record. We're adding more snow on top of the blizzard that occurred in the Dakotas. And then you've got this lake effect event that's, it's going to be more of a nuisance than anything, but slushy couple inches, especially in the higher elevations in those snowbelt areas. Yeah, that's not what you want to be dealing with for those Easter egg hunts on Easter morning here. So wow, look at this. This is Easter Sunday, and this is not what you want to be dealing with on Easter Sunday. And look at this. We're dealing with snow here, where we saw tornadoes the other day in Iowa. So this is a crazy pattern over here. We're going to analyze the NAO index to see exactly what's going on here. But things are going nuts here across the southeast. Look at this. Big-time thunderstorms just blossoming here later on Easter Sunday. And look at this. Low pressure. I mean, you could pretty much say the pipelines of active weather are completely open for business here. This is just craziness. It makes, I'm working on my tropical hurricane forecast here for the 2022 outlook, and I can tell you, things are going to be crazy. So let's take a look here. That thunderstorm complex heads east. Now, here's the key. See this upper level low here across the Midwest, and then you got this other secondary low that's going to become the primary low here just west of the Appalachians. Watch what the GFS does here. So you got this cold high here to the northeast. It's kind of out in the open Atlantic here. And you've got cold air already in place here. So you're in a snow scenario here across the Great Lakes. Look at this in northeastern Ohio. This is moderate to heavy snow. This is right before noon on Monday. So we're heading into noon hour. Take a look at this. We have moderate to heavy snow, especially in the higher elevations of the Laurel Highlands, northwestern Pennsylvania. And this is going to get crazy because watch what happens here. Low pressure takes over along the coast. You have this upper level low hold back. So this is going to help continuing to pull moisture northwestward here. And yeah, we have another system moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is crazy pattern we're in. Take a look at this low pressure as it moves up along the coastline here. We have some snow fall moving into now watch what happens here Monday night. We have this primary low really take over. Secondary low continues to weaken, but it continues to help feed moisture in here from the Atlantic. Take a look at this. 1,000 millibar low. That is moderate to heavy snow. Binghamton, New York, Capital District, Albany, Catskills, Poconos. In northern New England, look at this. And this is the middle of the night heading into the early morning hours. You can still get accumulating snow in late, early to mid-spring when there is no sun out, of course, when it's in the night. So, wow, this is crazy. To even think that we're even talking about, look at this, 996 millibars. This is something we have to definitely look at this. Yeah, we're going to take a look. This is the high-resolution Euro. So let's analyze the GFS. Let's see what the GFS is showing here. Let's make sure we have the latest run. Okay, so let's progress this. The GFS is showing the same kind of snowstorm here in Oregon. So we got that low crashing into the coast. That's going to become a key. You have these severe weather complexes here in the southern plains and into the southeast, so that is definitely spot on. There's that low, that first low in the northeast, which we're not really interested in. It does give that response in the lake effect, but here we go. We got that low coming out of the Pacific Northwest into the Colorado area. Snow starting to break out across the Dakotas on Easter Sunday. We have thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms taking effect here across the southern plains and the southeast for your Easter Sunday. Now, let's see. Wow, the high is a bit further inland. Let's see what the GFS does here. So, okay. So, the GFS is much more weaker open wave with this system. The Euro is much more robust. So, we have some sort of low here. It's not really as strong as the high-resolution Euro. So, there it is. Okay. So, this is Tuesday about 10 a.m. It's much further to the east, and it's much further out to sea, as is typical with the GFS compared to the Euro. This is what's been happening all winter long. So we still have that heavier snow here on the GFS up here into northern New England. Wow, if that verifies, that's a pretty bona fide snowstorm for the Maine area. And then, of course, we have another system behind it here, but look at that. That's crazy. All right, let's see what the Euro does here. So this is for zooming in onto the Northeast. So you already saw it nationally. Okay, that first low, Easter Sunday. So yeah, any rain showers that are left over change to snow showers, some lake enhancement behind it. You might see some bursts of snow here on Easter Sunday morning here across Binghamton, Jamestown, Syracuse, Albany. Not anything major accumulations. The ground's still pretty warm. But watch what happens here on Monday. You have that. Keep in mind, the GFS could still be right, or we could be split between the two models. I do want to put this out here, though, because for those of you that have any travel plans, especially in higher elevations, you might want to stay tuned here, because look at this. In western Pennsylvania into southern Ontario here in parts of Michigan, northeastern Ohio. Look at this. This is getting into around dinner time. Look at this. You do have that rain-snow mix here across upstate New York, northern central Pennsylvania. Low pressure taking over here along the coast. There's that upper level low holding back. So there's the strengthening going on. And here's my concern. This is right around midnight, Monday night, heading into early Tuesday morning. See Binghamton here, Albany. You're teetering right on the edge here, the temperature profiles. And look at some of these bands that really start to set up here, especially just right around the I-81 corridor on eastward into the western Catskills and western Poconos. And extreme eastern part of the Endless Mountain region, if this Euro verifies, there could be some pretty intense bands of heavy wet snow. So, yeah, it's really difficult to get a snowstorm this time of year, but if you do get the right conditions that come together, especially at night, you could be looking, look at that. We're still before sunrise here. So, yeah, there could be some sort of snowstorm here if the Euro verifies. And, yeah, if the GFS is more right, if the GFS is right, and then this will be further out to sea and still could clip parts of eastern New England here. But nevertheless, it looks like at this point we could be seeing somebody get some snow out of this. So, definitely want to watch this. All right, so let's take a look at the Pacific Northwest. I don't usually do this, but I'm really fascinated here by the snowfall here in the Pacific Northwest. Take a look at this. This is Saturday. I know, unfortunately, this is Easter weekend, too. You're dealing with it in the Northeast as well. So take a look. As this system moves, let's back it up here. There we go. So as this system moves onshore, it's still not onshore here. It's off the coast of San Francisco. The low pressure. So you start to get some snow breaking out here into southwestern Portland into northern California. So that continues to blossom throughout the morning hours. So you're getting just after sunrise here, you're getting some pretty heavy snow, especially the higher elevations here. And then a widespread light to moderate snow here across much of Oregon. Look at that. So yeah, you could be looking at some interesting weather here, and that heads. This is what's going to feed into that potential East Coast storm scenario here. So that's why I'm really interested in this, because this is a wild card. What happens with this and how fast or slow it is could really affect this storm system across the Northeast coast. All right, take a look at the upper air pattern here. This is crazy. Look at this. This shows the storminess here across the northern hemisphere, especially here into North America. So this low that's just camped out here into northeastern part of the continent, this is just going to intensify. So you have that system over the weekend here in the Pacific Northwest. That's denotated by this very dark blue and purplish area. And then we have that stronger trough here across the Northeast. Now, this is what's going to help bring us a very, very, very cold Easter here across the Northeast. And as we progress into next week, we get a little teased here on Monday by a little ridging, but it's really not going to be that much warmer by a little bit. And then look what happens for Tuesday. That potential snowstorm that's showing up on the Euro. Look at this big old trough kicking in here across the Northeast. And then we got a bigger trough here off the West Coast. Now watch what happens here. Later on next week, we start to get ridging here across the east, and we bring in a massive ridge here, and you know what that's going to spell? That's going to spell massive severe weather outbreak here, potentially across the central part of the U.S., and we get this big trough kicking in. That's going to help bring, finally, some above-average temperatures here across the eastern part of the continent of North America and below average temperatures out west. So this is kind of trading tables here. And finally, we're getting some warmer weather back east, but that's going to come at a price with severe weather. All right, so one thing we look at here with all the crazy weather is what's going on with the NAO index. Now, it is negative right now. We're right in the middle of the month, right around April 15th on the chart here. But if you look, during the next week, it's actually going to go really positive. Now, that's puzzling because that's right around the time that we could see that big East Coast storm. Right around next Tuesday. That's right in the ballpark of right around Tuesday, the 19th time frame. So, in all retrospect, when you get big changes like this in the NAO, that means big storminess is generally occurring. So we're seeing a pattern change take place, and that's what's going to be happening during this time. So we're going to see, and that's going to help change the pattern, and the NAO is going to go negative. It's crazy the way this works, but later on in the month, towards the first part of May, the NAO goes negative, which indicates we could see even colder weather and more storminess along the East Coast. Yeah, so for the NAM 3 kilometer, if we put the analysis for this, if you take a look here Saturday, we're going to get some showers here across the Northeast. So the first batch of showers, anywhere from about a quarter to a half an inch, maybe out of some of these. But take a look. There's the cold front. Some of this starts to change to wet snow here, especially in the higher elevations. And then you're looking at just after noon here. Look at that Binghamton area. We start to mix with some wet snowflakes, especially in the higher elevations here. Parts of the western Catskills could start to get accumulation, especially above 1,400, 1,500 feet there as we head towards the late afternoon and the early evening hours. And then we start to get this lake-enhanced snowfall here as we head into Saturday night, early Easter morning. All right, taking a look at the temperature profiles here. So we go through Easter Sunday morning here. So yeah, we get lows that are supportive of some of that lake effect, 30 in Binghamton, 31 in Erie. So yeah, that we barely warm it up here into the 40s in interior New York and Pennsylvania. But look at this as we head into Monday morning. Got a lot of cold air. That slowly warms up throughout the day, and we start to get a cold pocket of air. This is manufactured cold air with that system moving up the west side of the Appalachians, and eventually we could have that low pressure take over along the coast. But look at this, 30 down here into southwestern Pennsylvania, these highlands here in the Appalachians, we could be looking at, especially above 1,400 feet, solid snow. And look at this, as we head throughout the day, temperatures are actually dropping here. Look at this, 33 in St. Mary's. We're down to 34 here, 33, 34 Altoona area, Johnstown, 35 here in Williamsport, 40 in Binghamton, 34 and 35. Here we go into Jamestown, New York. So yeah, as we head towards the night, temperatures continue to fall here. We're just above freezing in most of these areas, but especially those higher elevations where we don't have temperature markers here, we're definitely going to be, there it is, the Catskills below freezing there. And as we head throughout the night, as some of these heavier precipitation bands form on the northwest side of this low pressure system, we could be getting cold enough air, especially above 1,400 feet. See how this cold air pretty much intensifies. And as we head throughout the day on Tuesday, we finally warm it up again. All right, so TGIF across the Northeast here. This is your only nice day. So if you have it off, enjoy it, because it's not going to last. Look at this, 66 in Binghamton, 67 in Albany, 71 in Harrisburg, 68 in Atlantic City. Just looking nice here in New York Central Park, 69. But look at this. This is a precursor of things to come. We have a disturbance coming through here in the upper levels. This front kind of kicking in here Saturday. Take a look at that. So temperatures will be on the tumble here as we head throughout the day. You can see as we head throughout the day, rain will eventually mix with and change over to snow in these pink shaded areas as an area of low pressure rides up along it, generally a quarter inch here into the green zones. But here, back here across the Great Lakes, we could see, especially above 1,400 feet, up to 1 inch of slushy accumulation, especially on the grassy surfaces. Easter Sunday, here we go. Yeah. This is not looking that great here across the Northeast because we're waking up to some lake effect rain and snow showers here, especially in the higher elevations above 1,200 feet. we could see a slush up to a slushy inch potentially here, and even into the Adirondacks and northern New England here as well. Temperatures will struggle to get out of the 40s, 45 in Binghamton, 47 in Buffalo, 53 here in Harrisburg, 55 in Boston. So definitely staying cooler inland. And then Monday, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. You have this warm front pushing out of the southwest, but this will slowly weaken because eventually there's going to be a primary low that takes over here. High pressure retreating to the east. So look at this. Cold air is literally kind of being manufactured here as rain moves in late in the day, and some of this could be higher elevation snow, especially above 1,400 feet, where we could get a couple of inches. All right, TGIF here across the southeast. Take a look at this front stalling here across the upper part of the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a disturbance up here in parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, northeast Texas, down and through Alabama, Mississippi. So yeah, we're going to see some stronger thunderstorms later in the day. Damaging wind, large hail, especially here into the yellow zone. Temperatures will be making it up into the 80s most areas. 79 here in Atlanta, 88 in Dallas. Look at that, 80 in New Orleans. 90, the hot spot continues to be Tampa here with those offshore winds here. And look at this, cooling down here as it will continue to cool down here as we get into, take a look at this, Saturday. We have the showers rolling in here, widespread showers and thunderstorms, and lots of damaging wind, large hail potential during the afternoon hours. And as we get these boundaries set up here, it will focus, a lot of the energy. Now, thankfully, this is not going to be a widespread damaging wind, large hail tornado threat, but we will still have those clusters of showers and thunderstorms that do produce damaging wind, large hail, could have a severe thunderstorm watch box, so to speak. But temperatures will be warm. 80s here along the Gulf Coast, 92 in Tampa, the warm spot. Continuing into the 70s here in the Carolinas Sunday. That front continues to slowly sink to the south. Look at this. We're getting some cooler air up here into the Carolinas, parts of the Appalachians and Tennessee into the 60s, 59 there in Norfolk. But look at this. We focus the damaging wind, large hail threat here along this stalled out frontal boundary. So we'll have complexes of showers and thunderstorms right along this, and we'll stay pretty warm here. 91 in Houston and Tampa, the two winners there. For temperatures, 85 in New Orleans, 88 in Dallas. And then take a look at your Monday here. Yeah, the bottom's falling out here. Look at this. Two sharp cold fronts. This is the storm system that will eventually move up the East Coast potentially here, causing severe weather across parts of northern Florida, Jacksonville, Tampa, up to Charleston. Damaging wind, large hail threat is high here. 89 there in Tampa, 73 in Charleston. And look at these cooler temperatures. 52 in Roanoke here. It's only holding on to 60 in Raleigh. Extended outlook, hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton, Upper Susquehanna region. Look at that, Friday through Monday night. There's a reason why I included Monday night on here, because look at the nicest day here is your Friday. If you have Friday off, good for you, because yeah, it is going to be windy, but it's going to be nice. Double sixes. But look at that, Saturday, we have some rain showers move in. Might have some wet snow mixing in later in the evening. So early high near 55, temperatures tumbling throughout the day. Easter Sunday, yeah, you could be waking up to some lake-enhanced snow showers in the area before clearing off by 11 p.m. or noon, or 11 a.m. or noon, that is. Windy conditions taking over. Only struggling to make it to a high of 45 degrees after a real cold start of 28 for your Easter Sunday, so really not that great of an Easter Sunday. Monday, we'll have some sunshine, but we have some late-day showers moving in, and Monday night, that's that potential I want you to stay tuned and watch for. We could be looking at a East Coast snowstorm for parts of interior Northeast, especially our elevations around Binghamton and Wilkes-Barre above 1,200 feet could be seeing 1 inch of snow. It's going to be close with 33 degrees. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. As always, don't forget to give my Facebook page some likes. Follow it at MeteoMark. Also, Weather Northeastern. Also, for hurricane season, Hurricane Northeastern. You can also visit me on Twitter at Weather Eastern. And as always, MeteoMark.com and WeatherNortheastern.com. Don't forget to question or comment down below. Smash the like button and the bell. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to share the heck out of the video. Thanks for watching.